Today we talk why young people feel poorer. Look around. Really look. Young people today have better phones than their parents ever did. Better technology, more information, more opportunity to learn. Yet, they feel poorer than any generation before them. Why? That feeling didn't come from nowhere. It was slowly built, layer by layer, year after year. And most people don't even see it happening. Let's start with a simple truth. Feeling poor is not always about how much money you actually have. It is about how much you feel you should have. And that gap is growing wider every single year. Pause. Imagine this. A 22-year-old graduate, good degree, works full-time, scrolls through Instagram after a long shift, sees a 20-year-old influencer driving a luxury car, sees another traveling in Bali, another living in a modern apartment, and suddenly that graduate feels behind, even if they are doing everything right. That is the first layer, comparison culture. In the past, young people compared themselves to neighbors, classmates, coworkers. Today, they compare themselves to the top 1% of the world every single day. The brain does not process this rationally. It does not say, this person is rare. It says, everyone is living better than me. And that creates the first crack. Now, pause again. Let's move to the second layer, the cost of living. In many high RPM countries like the USA, UK, Canada, Germany, and Australia, housing prices have exploded. Rent is higher than ever. Buying a home feels like a fantasy. For many young people, rent alone takes 40 to 50% of their income. So even with a decent salary, they feel stuck. They feel like they are working just to survive, not to build wealth. Their parents could buy a house at 25 or 30 with one income. Today, even two incomes often aren't enough. That shift changes everything psychologically. It creates a feeling of loss, a feeling that life is unfair, and slowly it turns into hopelessness. Pause. Third layer, student debt. Millions of young people start their adult life already in debt before they even earn their first paycheck. They work hard, graduate, get a job, but every month a chunk of their salary disappears before they can save, before they can invest, before they can enjoy it. So even if they earn more than their parents did at the same age, they feel poorer because their money is already spoken for. That constant pressure creates anxiety. It makes money feel like a burden, not a tool. Pause. Fourth layer, wages versus prices. Here's something many people don't fully understand. In many countries, wages have not kept up with inflation. Prices of food, rent, healthcare, education, and transportation have risen much faster than salaries. So young people are working more, but affording less. They are not lazy. They are not entitled. They are caught in an economic squeeze. Their parents' world was different. Back then, hard work almost guaranteed stability. Today, hard work guarantees struggle for many. Pause. Now let's talk about lifestyle expectations. This is powerful. Social media has completely changed what normal looks like. A normal weekend now looks like brunch in a fancy cafe, aesthetic apartments, travel photos, minimalist wardrobes, expensive gym memberships, healthy but costly food. None of this was considered normal before. It was luxury. Now it feels like the baseline. So when young people can't afford it, they feel like they are failing, even if they are actually doing fine. Pause. Let's move to psychology. The human brain is wired to feel relative, not absolute. If everyone around you is struggling, you don't feel poor. But if everyone around you seems rich online, you feel broke, even if your real life hasn't changed. That is why many young people feel poorer today than people who were actually poorer decades ago. Perception matters more than reality. Pause. Now think about savings. In the past, young people could save more easily. Lower rent, lower education costs, cheaper health care. Today, many live paycheck to paycheck, not because they are irresponsible, but because their fixed expenses are too high. When you can't save, you feel unsafe. When you feel unsafe, you feel poor, even if you earn decent money. Pause. Now let's talk about job security. Older generations often had stable careers, one job, one company for decades, pensions, benefits, clear paths to promotion. Young people today face layoffs, gig work, temporary contracts, freelancing, uncertainty. That instability makes them feel financially vulnerable, and vulnerability feels like poverty, even if they are earning more in some years. Pause. Now here's something most people miss. Young people are also more financially aware. They understand investing, inflation, real estate prices, economic inequality. They see how difficult wealth building has become. Their parents didn't analyze the system this deeply. Ignorance sometimes felt like comfort. Awareness feels heavy. Pause. Now let's bring in a story. Imagine two people. Person A lived in 1985, earned $30,000 a year, could buy a house with a small down payment, could raise a family comfortably. Person B lives in 2025, earns $60,000 a year, but rent is massive, housing is out of reach, healthcare is expensive, education debt is hanging over their head. Who feels poorer? Most likely, person B, even though they earn more. That is the emotional reality of today's youth. Pause. Now let's talk about money habits. Many young people are caught between two worlds. They are told to save and invest, but they are also pressured to enjoy life now, travel, experience, live in the moment. So they feel guilty when they spend and guilty when they don't. That mental conflict makes money feel stressful, not empowering. Pause. Another factor, delayed adulthood. Many young people are moving out later, getting married later, buying homes later, starting families later. Society often measures success by these milestones, so when they haven't reached them, they feel behind. And feeling behind equals feeling poor, even if they are building slowly. Pause. Now let's talk about technology. Phones, subscriptions, apps, and streaming services. These small monthly expenses add up, but they are so normalized that people don't even realize how much they spend. So their bank account never grows, and they blame themselves, instead of the system that encourages constant consumption. Pause. Now let's shift to a deeper level. Capitalism and inequality. Wealth has concentrated at the top. The rich are getting richer much faster than everyone else. Young people can see this clearly. They know the game feels rigged. They work hard, but they see billionaires getting richer without working harder. That creates frustration, resentment, and a feeling of being trapped in a losing system. Pause. But here's the truth many creators avoid. Young people are not doomed. They are just operating in a tougher environment, and awareness is their biggest advantage. Pause. Let's talk about solutions, not quick fixes, real mindset shifts. First, reduce comparison. You cannot win a game where everyone looks richer than you. Limit social media consumption. Follow more educational, realistic creators. Second, focus on financial systems, not just income. Budgeting, saving automatically, investing early, even small amounts. Compound interest is quiet, but powerful. Third, redefine success. Success is not luxury at 25. Success is consistency, stability, skills, growth,
long-term thinking. Pause. Fourth, build assets, even if small. Index funds, side skills, freelancing, learning. Every asset you build reduces that poor feeling over time. Pause. Fifth, understand that your parents' timeline does not apply to you. Different economy, different rules, different challenges. Your path can still be successful. It just looks different. Pause. Now, let's bring it back emotionally. Young people feel poorer because the world changed faster than their opportunities did, because social media distorted their expectations, because costs skyrocketed, because stability vanished, because comparison became constant. But feeling poor does not mean being powerless.
The future will not belong to those who look rich today. It will belong to those who understand money, control their habits, and stay patient. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel for more informative videos. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.